Bonjour. This morning I'm feeling called to my spirit animal deck first, so that's unusual. There's a change going on in you. Okay. So let's see what this change, what is your energy then? What energy is this collective in currently? What is this change? Okay, so I could be speaking to the divine masculine right now. Why do I have a feeling this is connected to yesterday? This could be the masculine that is connected to yesterday's reading. As I was shuffling, because I wanted to get 3 to start, but I kept hearing just turn it over, as in the card that came out straight away. I don't think I'm meant to get any more. I think this reading is for the masculine. So the collective that this is for, that is watching. Stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. I feel as well, especially because yesterday's energy felt so heavy and weird, and like there's something coming in, there's something changing. I believe that this, if I'm speaking to the masculine collective, you are coming out of wounded masculine and you're getting ready to take action towards your feminine. You are the elk energy now. You've transformed into the masculine that's ready to take action, persevere, and be a true divine masculine in the connection. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. When in balance, supportive, kind, and consistent. When out of balance, pretentious, high and mighty. To bring into balance, eat and drink more consciously. Straight away, I'm hearing you've been living out of your ego for a long time, wanting to appear unbothered by things and act kind of egotistical, quite arrogant, like you're in control of everything. And being the divine masculine isn't about being in control all the time, but it's about being emotionally intelligent, emotionally available, and being able to be stable for your partner. Notice how there was nothing about money there. It was about that you're able to support those around you. So it's not necessarily about finances, but just your presence and your consistency, not people knowing they can rely on you and that you're not going to run. So it's the same with the feminine, these masculines. Yes, you do have a purpose and there's a pentacle path that you follow that makes you feel like you're providing for your family. But it's that support, it's that emotional support, that emotional, what's the word I'm looking for? Resilience, that you're able to hold your feminine and make them feel safe, seen, heard. That's what's important here. That's the compassion, the empathy that you have for them that makes them feel safe. So it's not about you charging in with all this money and all knowing the answer to everything. It's about knowing that you have their back, that they're supported by you, and that they feel safe with you. You could be living out of a cardboard box, and as long as they feel safe with you, that's the main thing. So I feel like this collective, you are the masculine, and you're in that energy now where you're realizing that I keep hearing persistence. You need to persist with this, taking that action towards them and making them feel seen, heard, and coming from a place of love and compassion rather than, I just heard, a show off. So maybe you're someone that for a long time you've kind of had on that facade of being a bit of a show off, like you've got it all together and you're always 10 steps ahead of everyone, you're always in control. That's not what you need to be. You just need to be stable and consistent and reliable. Okay. Let's get some more information on this message, please. What is this message for the Divine Masculine, please? See how they're coming out, and I'm not turning them over yet because I want to get 3 first and then I'll turn them over. Same thing with that animal spirit. I wanted to get them all out first, but they just kept, when that first one came out, as I kept shuffling, they just kept saying, turn it over, turn it over. So that was why it was just that one card, that's all it needed. Okay. Betrayal, deceit, lies and secrets with freedom and action. That's that masculine. I think that you have been through a lot of betrayals in your life, but there is things recently that have happened to you that have pushed you into breaking free from the toxic cycles and patterns that you've been repeating. I'm seeing that stallion card in the Intuit deck where it's breaking free from, I'm hearing lots of things, the matrix, your family, your friends, your bad habits, addictions. You're breaking free from all of that. And it's because you see clearly now. You might have lacked self-awareness for a long time and been trapped in these cycles because of manipulation, because of betrayal and lies from family and friends. It caused you to also become that. But even if you liked to think of yourself as someone loyal, you find yourself being manipulative, deceitful, keeping secrets from those you love, especially the feminine. But because you've broken free from this betrayal, these toxic cycles, you're ready to take action here. Rapid forward movement. What is this betrayal about, please? You could be traveling soon. And I just heard as well, you've held a lot of secrets. There's a lot of things that you haven't discussed with your divine feminine. And I think that you're breaking free from the fear, from the ego, from the fear of rejection to go towards them and be honest about how you feel and the things that you've not confessed to them yet. So there is lies and secrets around intimacy here and the intensity. One, I think lying to yourself about the intensity of your feelings for your feminine, but also perhaps a attention that you were getting during the connection that you lied about. And as well, I'm hearing there was a situation where you were sneaking around with someone and it got exposed. And all the deceit, the lies, the secrets, it all caught up to you. But it was necessary. Sorry, someone's at my door, I think. Hang on. Nope, I was hearing things. Music, you could be getting clear messages through music about your person right now as well. But though that lesson, those lessons of you being the things that you went to after your separation from your feminine, the things that you went to, you had to learn the hard way and be betrayed, get caught out for your own betrayals and lies and secrets, to really force you to look at yourself and look at what needs to change and accept the feelings that you have for your feminine and do the work to be able to reconnect with them. That's what I'm getting from this. Hot and cold. That's good, because it means you're breaking free from that hot and cold energy where 1 minute you want to go to your feminine and then changing your mind back and forth, in and out, that push and pull energy. You've broken free from that. You've already made up in your mind that this is the person that you're meant to be with and that's who you want to go towards, and you're about to take that action. But I think as well, reflecting on how you were hot and cold with them, passionate and intense with them 1 minute and then pulling all your energy back and detaching coldly from them and hurting them that way. Right, action. New beginnings, a fresh start. You're taking action towards your own life and having a fresh start, moving away from all that yucky stuff, to also have a new beginning with them. This says take a leap. You're ready to take that leap, and for this to confirm action, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're ready for a new beginning and you're ready to take that action. Or maybe even this message is to confirm for you, yes, it's time to take action. It's been long enough. Clairsentience, so you're feeling, you're getting in touch with how you're feeling and the guidance that you're receiving from up above to take this action. Can I get one more, please? You're letting go of the past. All the situations that have brought you to this point, all the overthinking, even exes, it says ex. Letting go of all these past situations that have kept you trapped in toxic cycles, but also kept you away from your person. You're breaking, you've got move, and you did, I think travel came out somewhere, but you're moving away from this situation, but you're also could actually physically be moving, because this is relocation, new chapter, saying goodbye to the past version of you and the control that these negative cycles had over you, the control and manipulation of your family, friends and family. You're letting go of that control. You're breaking, that just confirms for me, you're breaking free from these toxic cycles that you've been in. 444, your angels are guiding you. Yeah, you're breaking free from the matrix. You see through the lies now, you see through the manipulation, you see through your own negative behavior of manipulating to get what you want and being toxic and lying and being deceitful. You're breaking free from all of that now, and you're ready for a new start and to take action towards your feminine inner child. So I think all this is, you've been repeating toxic cycles, bad behaviors and addictions because of the manipulation that is learnt behavior from your family as a child, because of the toxic environment you were brought up in. But you're nurturing yourself now and you're really connecting to who you truly are, and that is helping you take action. This feels very masculine coded. Alright, let's get the energy around you then. What is the energy around this masculine collective right now? What is their current energy? Confession. There it is. There's things that you need to confess to your feminine. You definitely want to express yourself to this person with love and compassion and understanding. Honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. So honeymoon phase is like you two end the relationship. It kept ending, not because the love wasn't there, but because the conflict was too much. So you kept repeating the cycle. So it's like you were still in that love bubble where you were madly in love with one another, but the trauma and the triggering would always end the relationship. You could be attending someone's wedding, or you've just attended someone's wedding, but I have allocated this to be a travel card. So this is the third time we've got travel coming out here. So that says to me that this person is at a distance from you, that you want to travel to see them. Also, you could be planning a trip. Commitment. You want to make a commitment to this person. And I think you're very serious about this. And you could be going over the commitment you made to them in the past. You might have, like yesterday's reading, made all these promises of marriage and wedding and whatever, and then revoked it when you ended things. But the energy I'm getting from you is that you're ready to take accountability for this stuff. You're ready to persevere and go the distance. Show this person that they can trust you again. Yeah, give it time. Everything in divine timing. Let things flow. You're trusting that with time, or that the time that has been between you two has been helping things heal, not because you don't need to take accountability and confess this, but that time was needed for the two of you to deal with certain issues you both had. And as well, I'm seeing it as the divine is orchestrating the right time for you to take this action. Cycles, so that's what I mean. The many breakups and makeups you had because it felt toxic, it felt triggering, it felt like you loved each other too much and that love wasn't enough. How many times you've been on this merry-go-round with this person and the fear of repeating those cycles. But I think you know that the time is now, and that you've both, enough time has passed that you both can break these cycles that you two shared, but also be the cycle breaker for your family, for their family. But fate karma, something ending, something beginning. So it had to end so that you could have this new beginning now, have this fresh start now. Commitment. Open up. Okay, open up your heart. It'll help you attract more love. I think this is where you're at. I think you're ready to take the risk, to take the chance, to roll the dice, to move towards this person, to take action because you want a fresh start. I think for a long time you closed your heart off because of the fear of repeating the same cycles you two have had many times before and not wanting to repeat that again, not wanting to be hurt like that again. But I think you're opening up your heart now to try again with this person. Love spell, you're bewitched. I don't think, the feeling I'm getting from this is you might have gone through phases of extreme anger and hatred towards this person. I don't think it was real hatred. It was more like that you hate how much you love them. And hated the fact that you couldn't seem to get them off your mind or really move on from them, even if you had moments of joy or fun or whatever during these toxic cycles. The frustration of not being able to move on from them because you weren't meant to. But you've moved through all those now, and you're at a place now where you recognize and the soul connection, and you're wanting to take that action, and because your heart is open to having them back in your life again. Not because there isn't fear of rejection still, or that you don't know what the outcome's going to be or how they're going to react to you when you take this action, but because you're ready to roll the dice here. You've always been bewitched by this person. You've always loved them. Okay, so actually, no, I want to get these messages. What is it you want to say to them? What is this confession about, please? Attached to my ex. So maybe this is connected to yesterday's collective. Yesterday was to the feminine, and today you're the masculine. I'm attached to my ex emotionally, physically, and or spiritually. I need time and space to break this connection. I'm actually seeing that as well as your toxic cycles and your family breaking free. That's what you're doing right now. You're breaking free from those toxic attachments. Unclear. I don't know how I feel about this connection anymore. This is very conflicting to what I've been getting. Showing out. I'm acting like I don't care about what's happened between us, but I do. I just want to appear unbothered. Although I did say in the beginning, change. There's something changing. So this could be the energy you've been sitting in for a long time. You've been attached to some kind of karmic situation. You were constantly unclear about how you really felt towards your divine feminine or what the connection was. So you were trying to push it away. And in doing that, you were acting like you were unfazed, that you'd moved on, that you didn't care anymore. Attached to my ex. Is it true? I heard you were dating someone. Is it true? Please tell me it isn't. So you might have heard or think that your feminine has gone back to an ex. But it's more hearsay, like gossip. And that's why you feel unclear about what's going to happen, because you think that this person's moved on. And so you act unbothered, but inside it kills you. I don't think you know this for fact, that they've moved on to someone. Soon, I'm going to contact you soon. Something's going to launch you into taking action here because you want a new beginning and you're ready to roll the dice. Showing out. Spoiling you. I want to give you the good life. I want to spoil you with gifts and trips, travel. Everything you could ever need or want, you deserve nothing less. If this is how you're feeling right now, I think that this is what's about to change. Not the spoiling you. This here, you're going to contact them soon, yes. You want to treat them. You want to show them you care. But something's about to shift you out of this energy where you're confused and you don't know if they've moved on. Doesn't speak much to a confession though. Run away, more about travel here. Would you pack a bag and meet me in Hawaii? I just want to get away from the world and be alone with you. So you might really want to take them away. That might even be part of when you reach out to them, saying that you want to take them away to show, like, so that you two can have some time to rebuild the connection, get to know each other again. I'm ready to leave a situation or mindset that has not served me and hindered my growth. Again, you're moving away from the toxicity, away from your family. You did get moving, relocate. Need time to heal. Right now I'm in a space where I need to focus on my healing and self-love. This isn't about you, it's about me. So this is where the change is coming in. You're going through this transition right now where you're doing the healing and you're recognizing your bad behavior, where the toxicity comes from, and you're changing. But you need time to do that. It's not an overnight thing. Okay, so you are single. I'm single right now. I'm not attached to anyone and not looking to get into a relationship at this time. I don't think for that to confirm need time to heal. I think it's not that you don't want to be with this person, but you know that there's things that you need to clear before you take this action. Let the past go. And that was that last card in the other deck. Letting go of the past, the situations, your location I just heard. Can we rewind time and go back to before we were both broken down by life? Our past holds us back from our future. You don't want that anymore. I think the feeling I'm getting from this is you've made up your mind about this person, but there's clearly still fears here. And there's also the knowledge that you need to do some internal work before approaching them. And that's where you're at right now. And because of that, that's where you're transitioning from the wounded masculine into your divine masculine energy. I want to get these message cards as well, actually, for how you're feeling. And then we'll see what's going to happen next. Your feelings towards the feminine, please. Learning, that's good. This is what I mean. You're learning to change the behaviors that you don't like, that you know hinder your growth and hinder your movement towards them. You are unique and special, and I've never met anyone like you before. You have opened me up to things I never knew were possible. I'm so strong because of the power of our love. You have opened my heart to the truth, and I'm very grateful for all the lessons we are both learning now. Hopeful. I know we will be together again. I hope we can put the past and bad times behind us and start again. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I hope you can forgive the error of my ways. I acted so immaturely. But you're aware of this and you're wanting to change it, so that's good. Intention is everything. But it's about putting the action in and being determined towards it. All right. right, I love you. My love for you is infinite. We are bonded in eternal love beyond space and time. Close your eyes and reach into this infinity. Know that it is real. I really want to reach out to you and tell you how I feel. The love I have for you in my heart doesn't compare with anything. Remember always, my love, that I love you. Transparency, this is good. You see right through me, and that would then add to the fear. If your memories of them, they kind of cut through your bullshit when you would talk in circles or were acting manipulative, and they would call you on it, you know they see right through the mask that you wear. So that creates fear too when you show up, knowing that if you try to bend the truth or not be fully authentic and honest with them, that they will feel it immediately because they can see right into your soul beyond the mask. Whereas with other people, you can talk in circles, you can manipulate, you can get yourself out of things, not with your divine feminine. You see the real me. That's why I can't hide anything from you, and I struggle sometimes to look you in the eyes. You see right into my soul, and that makes me more vulnerable. Follow your bliss. I feel good when I know you are happy. Do something that you enjoy today. Feelings of joy and hope will bring us closer on our journey and will put you at ease. That's really nice, actually. It feels very, not self-sacrificing, but it's kind of that I'm only as happy as you are. So if you're not happy, then I'm not happy. And it's like, I want you to do things that make you happy. It's not so self-focused. You care about their happiness. It's not just about what they can do for you. You want them to have joy in their life too. And seeing them happy makes you happy. Last one. Time apart. This time apart is giving both of us an opportunity to work on ourselves and be the best version. I need to retreat a bit until I get over what is bothering me. I don't want you to see me like this. I'm protecting you from my dark shadow side. Withhold me on the bottom. Things are not right in my world and I'm longing for your embrace today. Please send me your love so that I know everything will be okay. And regret is poking out, and blessed. I'm blessed beyond measure to share such a powerful divine love with you. I'm so grateful for you and give thanks to the divine creator. Embrace your beautiful divinity. You are a precious gift in my life. With regret, my intention was not to hurt you. I'm so ashamed and embarrassed. I can't bear to look you in the eyes and tell you everything. That's where you're struggling. I can't stand the thought of making you cry. Just let me build up the courage to confront us. So I think that's where the change is happening here. All right, I want to get these Intuit cards first to see what you need to be surrendering to right now. What should this collective be surrendering to on this journey right now, please, Spirit? I'll take that one too. Okay. 7, 11, 6, 1, and 2. You got 2 timing intentions with 2 union cards as well. And 5 could be a significant number because normally I only get 3, but we've got 5 here. I'm praying you'll come back after everything that's happened between us. I worry that you won't forgive me and allow me another chance. So this is part of what you need to surrender, to take that gamble, to roll the dice and reach out to them, to take that action for a fresh start, because you don't know how they're going to act towards you. You don't know how they feel. But you do know that you've hurt them and that you want to make amends with them, and you need to take action to do that. It's all well and good sitting in remorse and regret in your own energy, but if you've not expressed that to them, that's something they deserve too. Timing and intentions. The next solstice or equinox will bring an important shift for us. Draw another card to get an idea of what that shift might be. I'm taking that as the other card because it was sitting on top, turned up. So the 11th of February could be an important date for you too, where you actually are ready to take this action. I feel energy merging together as if it has a life of its own. We are becoming one again. Okay. Seventh of August, communication. Words have hurt me in the past, and that's why I fear talking to you. There is a lot of fear about how your feminine is going to speak to you and react to you when you take this action. You're very scared of the reaction from them towards you. That fear of rejection is very strong, that you need to, because as well, knowing you've hurt them and wanting their forgiveness, you may receive some harsh words from them in the initial conversation. But that's where your compassion and empathy come in, knowing you've hurt this person. So it might be it's part of your journey for them to be able to speak their truth, even if it hurts you, and being able to weather that. That's being that elk energy, that being able to weather those difficult emotions, and then move through them. Because if you avoid having those hard conversations at the beginning where your feminine may say certain things that hurt you, if you don't allow that part to happen, you can't then move on to the good stuff. It needs to happen so that you can both heal. August is important here. 6th of August, 5th of August. And I did say 5 is an important number here. You are going through a change. You are transforming. 5 is important here. You are in old patterns but can't see it. So your fear of rejection is kind of keeping you trapped a bit right now. That's what you need to surrender to. I'm trying to understand how my thoughts create my reality. I know I need to stay positive. Are you? I think you need to remain positive right now. You're projecting a bit onto this person. So all those doubts and those negative thoughts and the catastrophizing in your mind, that's what you need to recognize and grab it, and then shift the focus, make it be more positive. So you've got the 5th and 6th of August and the 7th. The 5th, 6th and 7th of August are important dates. Alright, and then we've got the 1st of April, another communication card. You think I'm not listening to you, but I am. I hear everything you say and even replay our conversations in my head, and that's what creates fear, because they saw right through you, and they might have been quite cutting when they would communicate with you, because they would cut through your bullshit, cut through this talking in circles and the making stuff bigger than it was. Or if they'd ask you a question and you'd create all these stories, and they would just cut right through it and go, what's the answer? Stop talking in circles, stop bullshitting, stop manipulating. and that would cut you, your fear of being seen by them and them seeing through you is your biggest fear. It's funny how you've gotten both cards in the deck that ask to draw another card to get more information, but on the bottom you've got number 10, so completing a cycle here. Our inner guidance is clear, but our ego is resisting it. That's what you're needing to break through, free from. This is what you're transforming through right now, is the ego. Draw another card to clarify what you both might be resisting. All right, one more. What are you both resisting right now? Number 11, being mirrors for each other makes self-love so important. I wish I was there to love you, but if I'm not, I want you to love and nurture yourself. And that was coming out a lot in the messages anyway, that you want this person to love and nurture themselves. You also need to do that. A lot of the guilt and remorse and toxic behaviors and childhood traumas that you have not addressed then cause you to self-inflict more damage in your life, because you keep attracting situations that don't serve you and keep repeating these toxic cycles. So that's about connecting with yourself, realizing what you don't want anymore, and loving yourself. So just as much as you love this person and want your divine feminine to love themselves and to be happy, you need to do that too. You both need to work on self-love, valuing yourself, what you have to offer, because until you believe that you deserve the love that they give you, you're going to self-sabotage. So you need to learn to accept the love, and then when you do, you're then able to give them the love they deserve too. I'm going through a dark night of the soul. Nothing in my life is making sense. So that makes sense as to the messages that were coming through that weren't really fitting with what I was getting. I think you're in this dark night of the soul right now where everything feels like internally you're falling apart. That's why you feel unclear about the connection and why there's all this fear and ego around you right now, because everything feels not right in your world internally. Maybe also physically everything seems like it's falling apart. So ultimately you need to surrender to what you're going through right now and trust the guidance that you're getting right now. All right. Now, all the time on here, I use this deck from Vibe About It. They're on Etsy. A Pop of Love is the deck I normally use by her. Yeah, Vibe About It. That's the name of the business. They're on Etsy. But I recently got a new, well, it's a deck of theirs that they're retiring, so I don't think she's getting these printed anymore. So once they run out, they run out. But this one's called A Ticket to Love, so I want to get a couple of these to see what comes out. I feel like this deck is intentions. What is this collective's intentions, please? Okay, so this has February 18th to February 23rd. So I think February is an important, and I just noticed as well, today's the 8th of Jan, but it'd be the 12th of November if you're going by the 13-month calendar. Anyway, I think February is an important month for this connection. But you've got, this is number 9 and pizza. These are new for me, so I'm going to read them out. And it's a yes card, hot and heavy. Establishing traditions together. This is your intentions, remember? So you want to start traditions with this person. Feeling generous and affectionate. Desire to provide comfort, solace, and support. This is good for intentions. Willingness to share and enjoy each other's company, and eagerness to explore and have many adventures together. I think you really want to travel with this person. You're the kind of person I want to experience life with. Let's travel the world, pursue our passions, and create memories together. I think you both as well, might even your life path number or your destiny numbers might both be those personality types where you don't like to sit in all the time. Not that you never like to sit in and cuddle and watch TV, but you need to go out and have adventures, because otherwise life feels stuck and stagnant. This collective, I feel like you and your divine feminine have that wanderlust in you, where you want to get out and travel the world and see things, new cultures, and that bonds you two even further. I feel like you travel well together. I think February is going to be a month of action for you. Train ride. And that's funny, I was just watching One Piece before, and they're on the, what is it called? It's like this train that runs across the ocean. Anyway, train ride number 55, and this is November 20th to November 26th, and need to compromise. Feeling stagnant, thus movement is needed. And I think that's where you're at now. You're stuck and stagnant, and they're urging you to make movement, to take action here. Meeting each other halfway by compromising, wanting or needing to travel and explore together. Travel is huge here. One, I think there's distance. 11:11. I got that not yesterday, the day before, and I was thinking to myself, I haven't seen 11:11 in ages. Just as I said travel, I just noticed 11:11. Travel is huge for this connection. One, because there's distance, I believe. Travel came out right in the beginning as well. You need to travel to this person, but you two traveling together as a couple, as one, is very crucial for this kind of connection. You need travel. You need to wander the world together. Even if it's like you go on one trip a year and you go somewhere new, you need that. You thrive in that. Wanting to live a nomadic life or live more simply. Again, I think the both of you, I relate to this so much because I love to travel and I want to live the simple life. Recently, I was thinking I'd love to buy like an RV or a caravan and live out of that. Or, you know how you can get, I'm thinking of this for a reason. You know those tiny homes? I don't know what it's on. You know those shows where they build these little tiny homes? I would love to do that and just get rid of like majority of my stuff and just live in one of those tiny homes where you can just move around. It's like a little wooden home and it can either just stay in one spot, kind of like a trailer park, or you can move around with it. I'd love that. Anyway, this collective, we're like-minded. Dealing with conflicting schedules or delays due to distance. So there is distance between you two. You need to travel to this person, and then you are destined to travel together and have a simple nomadic type life. We might be apart, but I'm ready to put the effort in to make this relationship succeed, and I hope you are too. Feeling very excited by this. This is good. For this to be your intentions, very good. All right, so 9 and 55. Again, the 5 is important here. You're going through a transformation. Maybe contact is made during February, and by November you're all back together, especially because you got moving with relocate. So not only do you need to travel to this person, but to be together, this is where the compromise might be, where you need to relocate to be with them. I really like this deck. Spotlight. Number 33, so you've got 55 and 33. July 11th to July 16th, and this is another card that says yes. Nosy people interfering or engaging in gossip. This is what I mean. Your family and friends that gossip around this connection or don't have the best things to say about your divine feminine. Anything surrounding your connection that's negative needs to be removed. Dealing with unwanted attention or criticism about the relationship. This is an issue here. Feeling attractive and gaining. Someone may be jealous of the attention you're receiving. I let others' opinions affect us, so that's confirmation. You were too impressionable. Maybe you even still are, but maybe that's part of this dark night of the soul that you're going through, where all the people that you'd listened to or been so fiercely loyal to all this time, you're realizing your loyalty was misplaced, that you should have been prioritizing your connection with your feminine over your family, mother, father, siblings, best friend, because their opinions their opinions of your connection bruised your ego and made you ditch the connection and prioritize these people. They're going to do what they want in their life in the end. You need to do what's right for you and stop caring what these people think. Opinions have really kept you away from this person for a long time. Anyway, I let others' opinions affect us, clouding my judgment and making me insecure about the attention you receive. So your ego was also bruised by the attention your feminine would get. But the funny thing is that the feminine might naturally get a lot of attention from the outside world, but she doesn't really care about that attention. She only wants that kind of attention from you. But because you see everyone else giving it to her, you feel like that's a threat. But in her mind, she's just like, all these people could say I'm the most beautiful person they've ever seen, but I only feel good when you tell me I'm the most beautiful girl you've ever seen. Their compliments don't feed me, yours do, but you were too concerned about what everyone else, the attention that they were getting, but they only want that attention from you. Does that make sense? It doesn't penetrate them when other people say it. They only feel that when it's coming from you. They only actually want that from you. So if you've always felt the need to withhold compliments or telling them they look good because they already get a lot of attention and you don't want to inflate their ego, but it would hurt them because the only person they actually wanted those compliments from was you. And they might have even, part of the opinions might have been from other people saying that your feminine would leave you because they got too much attention and that they wanted all this attention, and that why should they want all this attention when you should be enough for them? You were enough for them. You just weren't seeing it right. They only wanted that attention from you. It doesn't matter that they just naturally seem to get it. They only want it from you. And not letting other people's opinions of the attention your feminine gets get in your head. In hindsight, I should have trusted myself and our connection more. So this is good though, because for this to be your intentions, you recognize now that you let the attention your feminine get bruise your ego, and that's something you're working on. Oh, that's too many. Cotton candy. Indulgence. Hence, balance is key. So needing to balance these things, especially if you have addictions or temptations. Feelings of infatuation or excitement fading. Nurture them. Getting into sticky situations that could be difficult to resolve. This is what you've been stuck in for a long time that you're removing. Sometimes we get into sticky situations that we should know better, but at the end of the day, we can still laugh about them together. That's nice. January 7th to January 12th. That's yesterday. The 12th is only a couple of days away. Candy apple. Look at this cotton. You got pizza, cotton candy, candy apple. Number 7, transformation of individuals for better or worse. I think your transformation is for the better. Intimate and emotional connection that others may not perceive. Again, who cares what other people think? Who cares what your mum thinks, your brother thinks, your sister thinks, whatever. Who cares? It's your life. You know the connection. You know what this person means to you. Doesn't matter what they think about it. You know what's in your heart. Sweet and tempting situation leading to excess and fantasy. Initial connection, but falling in love. Messy and challenging situation that can strengthen and enhance the relationship. And I think the part of the mess is family and friends' opinions, but also the distance here. And that's where the compromise lies. But you did get relocation. You will be moving. So I think that's, and as well, knowing you hurt this person and that you want to make amends, that you want forgiveness, you relocating, if it wasn't in your best interest to do that, if where this person is not where your happiness is, the divine wouldn't allow it to happen. But that's the action you have to take. That's where they're leading you to. Last one. Churros. There is so much sweetness here. Number 10. Closing this chapter. Leaving the past behind. This is the end. You're completing your cycle here. Feeling appreciated and loved. You want to appreciate this person too. Opportunities to discover new things together, traveling, enduring love and commitment, longevity in the relationship, unexpected surprise or gesture of thoughtfulness and spontaneity, may face twists and turns, but ultimately remain strong and resilient. So when you face negative opinions, or when you face difficulties or obstacles like distance, persevering through those obstacles makes you and your feminine stronger and more bonded. So then as time goes on, it doesn't matter who says what or what your circumstances are, it's you two against the world, not the world coming in between you, letting your family and friends get in between you. Tunnel of love. Number 60. A reminder of cherished memories. Oh, hang on. We've been together for a long time and it hasn't always been easy. But one thing I'm certain of is that I want to keep experiencing it all with you. Tunnel of love is a reminder of cherished memories and important milestones, enjoying private moments and deepening emotional connections, foster hope and commitment by envisioning a future together and expressing love in a meaningful manner. Reflecting on our memories together always brings a smile to my face. They give me hope that we'll reconnect in the future. I don't think that this is long away. I just think that the illusions you created through people's opinions and toxic cycles made you bury those memories because you were running. But now it's like you look back fondly and you want to make more memories with this person, and you can do that. It's just about you breaking through your fears and your ego and other people's opinions and going and taking the action required to have this new start with them. I really like that deck. I'm glad that I got it before there was none left. All right, let's get action and advice for you. King of Cups. Ace of Swords. Sword of Truth. Giving this person clarity. Your next action is to reveal the truth to this person. Communicate to them your vision for the future, that you want to expand your world together with them, and giving them clarity over how you feel about them. With the Knight of Swords, that's quick communication. With the King of Swords on the bottom, look how many swords. You're so trapped in your mind about this. You know the truth, you know what you want. Even if it's as simple as you don't know how you're going to live or what's going to happen, but you know that whatever's going to happen, you want to do it with this person. That's your intention. That's what you expect. But this to me says you need to get out of your head. I feel like you're going to feel that confidence come over you, and you're going to rush in with quick communication to tell them the truth, to give them clarity over where you're at and what you want for you, the future for you too, but also acknowledging their feelings, because this is being very, this is logical rather than emotions. So logically, if you're able to sit there and hear what this person has to say and how you hurt them and have those conversations without getting defensive. The Magician. So you've got Gemini and Virgo here. You're alchemizing this dark night of the soul that you're currently going through. You're alchemizing this energy. I actually think that you might be towards the end of it, like you're the middle to the end, because you're about to complete a cycle. So I think that maybe you're coming to the end of this dark night of the soul where you're starting to see the lessons and you're starting to implement them and integrate them. You're manifesting this new beginning here. You want to fix things, and that requires being a problem solver. Very masculine energy. The Magician is 1, very masculine energy. One is the masculine and the feminine is 0. They're completion. They're the cycle of life. They're the beginning. And then 1 is taking action. You could be ruled by Mercury too, since there's so much Gemini and Virgo here. Gemini and Virgo are both ruled by the planet Mercury. So communication is a big thing in this connection. Ace of Swords. Two of Wands, travel, forward movement. Moving forward, decision, making the decision to come forward with clarity and truth. Discovery, travel, partnership, planning. Aries. I think this Two of Wands reflects you taking action to move towards this person, not just physically like relocating, but make movement towards this person as far as communicating. I keep hearing breaking, no contact. You want to move forward. That's their advice too. It's time to move forward. It's time to take action. It's been long enough. Hanged Man. Didn't come out, but it wanted to. Don't delay this anymore. Don't let the indecision block you anymore. But as well, Knight of Swords can be harsh words, so making sure that you're not reckless with how you speak to this person. The Fool. A new beginning. A new start. Again, confirming that new beginning card at the start of the reading. A new beginning is being presented to you here, but you can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. They are leading you to the water, it's up to you to drink. So you need to take the action. You can ask for all the signs in the world and they're giving them to you, but then it's up to you to actually take the signs and then make the action. Have faith, take the risk. And that's Pisces, another Virgo card. I think at the moment they're saying that your higher self is giving you perspective right now. You're doing a lot of soul searching. I think you're spending a lot of time alone, because that's really when you can start to face the lessons and integrate them. Maybe meditation is something that you're needing to look into. If not, I think exercise can be quite meditative when you are running or you're doing weights and you're in the zone. It can clear your mind as well. But this time alone is really helping you to focus on what you need to do moving forward. This time alone is an important part of taking action, because you can gather your thoughts and gather what it is that you want to do moving forward, and then make that forward movement. 4 of Wands on the bottom, another Aries card. So you or this person could be an Aries, doesn't have to be, but this is celebration, wedding, stability, partnership. This is very good. And this is also, 4 of Wands is also a twin flame card. It's the 11-11 card, 4 Wands. But this is building a foundation and taking action. This, to me, ultimately, advice and your next action is to take action. It's one thing to desire an outcome, but then you need to take the action to materialize it. So you're manifesting what you want. You're telling the universe what you want. You're getting signs and synchronicities. You want to be with this person. It's time to take action. It's time to take the risk. You need to take that leap of faith that you've been guided in the right way, and that this is your next step. Communication is at the forefront of this whole message. It's time to take action. Ace of Wands, a passionate new beginning. 6 of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. Trying to think what I want to close this. For some reason, I'm a bit feeling like I need to get this deck. So let's just see what comes out, and then we'll get you an angel card to close this out. What is the potential outcome here? Yeah, gamble, take a risk. This is what I mean. You need to roll the dice and take a risk and reach out to this person, because you're not showing your true feelings right now, and that's what they're urging you to do. They're leading you to the water, but you're not drinking. You need to take that sip. Get out of your mind. Put thoughts into action. Decision. Make the decision to move forward. You're staying silent for the wrong reasons. That uncertainty is keeping you in that hanged man energy. You need to make a decision and move forward. Triggers, flashbacks, trauma bond, inner child wounds, attracting toxic. What's keeping you stuck is worrying that you're going to repeat the cycles that you have with this person in the past. Bro, that's the sign. A knock on the door. Even if you don't know where this person lives anymore, there's something about you traveling to them. Maybe you even want to bring them a gift. Okay. But yeah, the triggers are what's worrying you and keeping you in uncertainty, keeping you in indecision, because you don't want even though you're in pain being away from them, you don't want to go through that heartbreak again that you've been through with them many times before. So that's what's keeping you stuck, and that's what they're trying to get you to move past. And as well, even with these conversations you have together, there may be triggers that come up. But when it does, knowing how to handle it this time instead of running away. Okay, so the things that you do to avoid this situation, to escape from taking action, you're hiding and you're pushing it away. You need to break out of that to take this gamble, to take action. But I think you're reflection, you're actually going over, this is Dark Night of the Soul again. So you're definitely going through it. You're facing your inner truth, the shadow side of you, and figuring out how to integrate that so that you're not running anymore, that you don't fall short to temptations anymore, don't get triggered and run anymore. The decision to actually do self-reflection and work on it. It's funny though, I was just thinking, that's 2 times I've thought I've heard a knock on the door. Obviously the second time someone was delivering a parcel, but there's an urgency here. I think something's coming soon. I think February might be important for you to take this action. Forbidden, so this is love affair, temptations, flirting, giving into pleasure. This is what the triggers have caused you to do. That's why you're going through this dark night of the soul, because you've been giving into these temptations for however long you've been in separation from this person. And then maybe even that's part of it. Your shame over your behavior and your toxic patterns is keeping you stuck, but you need to see it for what it is. See that it was a lesson that is developing you into the person you want to be. Influences, again, the opinions, others involved, third parties, intervention, manipulation. Being manipulated into these, whether it's love affairs or just temptations in general. Being tempted by what you think is better options. There's no better option than your divine feminine, but for a long time I think it was easier just to give into the flirtation and the easy options, giving into pleasure and the temptations that it brings, like addictions, and people's opinions. People's influences. I really think that family and friends, either a best friend has just had way too much influence over you. But I think this is what you're facing the truth about in this dark night of the soul. You're seeing people's true colours. All right, last one. Yeah, clown. You've been a clown. Degrading appearances, shame, humiliation. That's what I was feeling. You're ashamed of your behaviour. You're embarrassed. And it's part of what creates this indecision to take action towards your feminine, because you're scared that if they find out how you've behaved since the separation, that they'll just get the ick and want nothing to do with you. But you're underestimating their compassion, their empathy. Extreme harshness, cutting off, erratic decisions. The way you cut off this feminine, that's what I was saying earlier on, with detaching coldly and leaving them in all that pain and not addressing it, not even checking if they're okay or anything. Your erratic decisions is what's causing this dark night of the soul. Observing, so you're watching them, you're stalking their social media, fake accounts, you're keeping an eye on them, you're obsessed with them, but you're getting justice. And what I mean by that, I mean, you could be going through legal proceedings, going to court for something, but if it's not that, you're receiving karma for how you treated this person. That's what this dark night of the soul is. Risky, unprotected sex, sexual disease, partner to partner, unsafe decisions. Maybe that's where you've gotten karma from promiscuous interactions. I think that's where the embarrassment is as well. More confirmation. And again, you are single right now, so I don't think you're in some kind of relationship with anyone, but I think the temptations of pleasure and love affairs and just shady, treacherous behavior caused you to act like a clown, and you just gave into it. It's like you gave into that dark side, and now you've accumulated all that karma, and now you're really going through this dark night of the soul. But I do think that this all had to happen, because otherwise you were just going to keep repeating the same cycles. Now you're facing the truth of the situation, you're humiliated, you're ashamed, and you're working through those fears right now. And ultimately that's leading you to taking action towards this person. Again, right from the beginning, it was freedom from toxic attachments. That's where you're at. And that's why I think you're at the end of this dark night of the soul. All right, outcome, ego. Okay. So I think that this justice has been, I think you were in a mode of whatever this situation was that you were tempted by constantly, repeating the toxicity. There was a lot of, this says revenge, retaliation, plotting payback, punishing, getting even. It's very immature energy. And it was keeping you bound to karma. And under that is influences. So this revenge behavior, this forbidden, this love affair behavior, this extreme, all that yuckiness was created because of influences around you. But also you need to take responsibility for how you've played a part in this. Because ultimately people can, it's like peer pressure. People can try to push you into something, but ultimately you make the choice. And you've made terrible choices here. But with that being said, you recognize that. That's why you feel shame. That's why you feel humiliation, because you know you've acted like a clown. So that's where the tide is turning. Nothing made sense. Everything was falling apart. You feel internally like you're going through it. That's that dark night of the soul. Obsession. Memories and dating. But this is one night stands. It's like you looked back on the good times, and even though they were good memories and you would reminisce, you'd start to dwell on it, and then you would, there is a big element here of especially with love affair, temptations, flirting, giving into pleasure, hookups, one night stands, that has really played a big role in the trauma, I went to say, but karma that's accumulated that has pushed you into this. So I think you've been humiliated in some way of being a bit of a player. That has triggered you, and you've now gone into this dark night of the soul, and you're nearly at the end of it. It's really caused you to have too much pride for a long time, kept you holding back from this person, being stubborn, being arrogant. This is all caught up to you. And it shattered, crushed, sadness, broken heart, panic attack. And as well, if you cause this person, if you shattered this person, you are now having to deal with the karma of that. Now you're having panic attacks. Now you're feeling crushed and sadness over all these terrible decisions you've made. Having fun, clubbing, risky, fun with friends, again. There's just so much here that speaks to you acting out and just being a grub, an absolute grub. And I'm not saying that, it sounds harsh, but the reality is you know how you've behaved, you know the choices you've made, and you know how you've been acting. This is just confirmation. But this is all this negativity is moving away from you now. It's why you had to go through this dark night of the soul, to remove all this stuff. You've made a decision to not keep repeating this. Only you on the bottom. You're just focused on them. There's no one like them. It's only them for you. Call underneath that. Last one. Coffee date. There's the gossip again. Stop gossip. Stop. If you're talking, whoever you're talking to about this connection, if you're talking to friends or family about wanting to reconnect with your person and they're, just stop, because you trust what your heart's telling you. Don't be getting advice from people that don't think very much of your person. Coffee date. But underneath that, getaway. Go on a vacation, begin an adventure, run away together. That's another card of running away together. I think you're going to go on a trip with this person. You're going to communicate and you're going to organize to get away with them. And that could be this coffee date. I think because there's distance, there needs to be discussions about planning to meet up, whether you bring them to you or you go to them and then go from there. But there is an element of needing to build this relationship again, build trust, build a foundation. And when you do that, you can then plan trips together. That's nice. Yeah, that was a lot of negativity in that, but I actually think it was necessary for you to feel like, because if that part didn't resonate with you, then it's not your reading. But this part is what a lot of masculines go through. They just do all this messy, nasty, grubby behavior, trying so desperately to sever the connection, and ultimately they come back to it because they can't run. You can't run from your twin flame. They're part of you. That's that stubbornness. All right. You've been through the worst of it now, so let's get a closing message for this. What is the closing message for this collective? Hang on, I haven't got these in a while and I kind of want to get one of these. This is the Psychic Tarot. It's the Pocket Edition, John Holland. Okay, what do we need from this? And then I'll get one of these angel cards. I'm just feeling drawn to it, so I'll get it out. Accelerated motion. Take action. You're getting the signs to go towards this person. Listen to what your intuition is telling you. Fulfillment of wishes on the bottom. Number 8. Remember I said August is important? Hang on. No, 124. Okay. Accelerated motion. This card represents speed, flight, swift movement, hope, passion, and above all, endings to delays. Stop delaying this. The conditions around you are perfect and appear to be rapidly heading in the direction of your goals and desires. Luck is on your side and your enthusiasm is at an all-time high. So that negative part that we just went through shouldn't have... You should still have that urge to go towards them. Brace yourself as you finally witness the manifestation of what you've worked for and visualized. You've closed out all that negativity. This is a call for initiative, but you should also ask yourself, is there anything else in my life that I need to act on now? Be wise and take advantage of these ideal conditions. Now isn't the time for you to fight against the river of life. Trust, have faith, and go with the flow. This strong current is taking you to a positive outcome and future. I want to get this one as well. What was it? Fulfillment of wishes, number 9. $101. These are the indigo cards, by the way. So indigo could be a color that resonates with you. Fulfillment of wishes. This card being one, if not the most positive of the minor arcana cards, represents emotional satisfaction, contentment, and enjoyment. Your wishes are coming true. Are you ready? Happiness, success, good health, completion, and accomplishment of your dreams and goals are in the palm of your hand. This card acts as a reminder to hold on to the beneficial feelings from accepting and receiving what you've asked or strived for. Know that these will assist you in the future when you may need inspiration and positive energy. This is the right time to heal past those memories that have been holding you hostage. Forgive others and yourself so that your wishes, desires, and goals have a clear, unobstructed path to your heart, soul, and life. Sign. That's why I was getting pulled towards that deck. Okay, closing message for this collective, please. Blessings. Oh. And music is important. Music on the bottom. That's such a pretty card. Blessings. God and the angels are helping you right now. Continue to ask for their help and then accept it when it comes, and it always does. The angels want you to know that you have extra blessings around you right now. Perhaps you've recently experienced some challenges, or maybe you're currently asking for extra help. Either way, the angels surround you now with more divine love than ever. Additional angels are with you, giving you an added cushion of love and light. Sometimes you may feel as if God and the angels have abandoned you. This card seeks to remind you that they are not gone and that they cannot leave you ever. It is only out of fear that makes us blind and mute to the presence of our angels. Yet your angels can lift away your fears if you will ask and then let them. You are truly blessed and very, very loved by God and the angels. This is what I mean. They're leading you to the water. It's up to you to drink. Trust the guidance. Trust that pull towards your person. If you're feeling this urge to reach out, it's time to reach out. You're not doing it wrong. It's all part of the journey. So just trust and ask for signs if you need them. And when you get them, follow it. Don't ignore it. I think doubt is your biggest barrier. But that was beautiful. I hope you got what you needed from that, and trust yourself and what is meant for you. You have to take action now. It's up to you. All right. Enjoy your day.